Yeah, so that's meant to say hint two, the film has to do with Nazis, not without Nazis. How's it going, everyone? Another mystery film. What will it be? What will it be? I'll let some people come in here, and then I will give a few more hints like usual and see if anyone can get it. I'm sure people can probably get it just from the two hints that I have there right now. Pretty sure. Let me get this movie ready. Hey, Phil, what's going on, man? Good to see you. So we got another mystery this week. Which movie? We got two hints. That's supposed to say, "Hey, May, how you doing?" That hint number two is supposed to say the film has to do with Nazis, not without Nazis. And hint number one is the film is near the end of a long-running franchise. What could it be? And another hint is it's on Tubi, like usual, like every one of these. I'm hoping my Wi-Fi is all right. It's been acting up today with only on my PlayStation though. It seems to be all right, like the rest of it. You suck at guessing. Well, Phil's thinking. Let's see what another hint I can throw in. The company that makes the franchise, the name could turn someone into a werewolf. There's one. There's a clue. The name of the production company who releases these movies can turn someone into a werewolf. There's a zombie movie that has them. Let's see if anyone can. A few more people come in. Let's see if they can get it. This franchise has had everything in it. There has been dead people that like take disguise and they the worst disguise ever. They still look dead. Then there's like mummy zombies and it's not good. That's one thing. I'll let you know that I don't have hopes for this. I've never seen it. This is a blind watch. So this is almost finishing this franchise. So I have two more after this. It is not Night of the Living Dead. I wish it was actually. I wish it was. But I have done an hour plus video on that before. I've done that. So it's not that. It's so much fun. We're gonna have the greatest time ever watching Puppet Master, the Littlest Reich. That's what we're watching. Puppet Master, the Littlest Reich. This is the 12th Puppet Master film. And I got three left. I started covering this series like in December, November, something like that. It's been so hard ever since the fourth movie or so, because I never saw any of the movies, the sequels, after the third movie. And then so I started covering them and watching them and doing videos for them on the channel. And I started watching them for the first time, and I'm seeing it get worse and worse and worse and worse and so much worse. Like it's not good. Like there hasn't been an up like or anything like a spike in quality really. So yes, oh my god, I got Puppet Master. Yes, Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich is on Tubi. I have the link right here. You've never seen any of them, eh? Okay, that's interesting because this one is supposed to be like a reboot, like a remake, kind of. So that works because you don't really have to see the other movies to know what's going on. I will put that right here in the comments. The link for Tubi. I could probably just watch it on the on my laptop here. I think we did that, right? I tried putting Tubi on my laptop and see if you guys heard the noise, and you didn't, so that's good. I'll just watch it on here. How's everybody been? Everyone have a good week? Littlest. Littlest, right? From 2018, I want to say. I want to say 2018, but I'm not sure. Yes, 2018. Let me know if you can hear. Let's see. See if this works. It should work. Can you guys hear this? Sorry, moving all windows around. My weekend was good, man. I was with my daughter for the last week and came home Sunday night. I'm gonna look for. So Phil, you've seen 1, 4, and 5, and Puppet Master vs. Demonic Toys. I really like Puppet Master vs. Demonic Toys. That's like the one there. Hey, buddy, what's up, Mike? Can you guys hear the movie in the background? Let me know, because then I can just watch it through here. And no problem, mate. Take your time. How you doing, Mike? What's going on? No. When are we doing our 2010s lists? But that's going to be real interesting. What's the best horror of 2010s? Definitely going to be interesting. All right, so you guys can hear the movie, right? So that works. So if anyone else wants to watch along, Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich, it's in the chat, the Tubi link, which does not apply for the British folk. It should be on Shutter or Prime, something like that, maybe. Yeah, that's cool. Spreading them out's fine. Gives us more time to think too. Because that 2000s list I came up with real fast. All right, so this is going to probably be torturous. Hold on 1 second. There was, I think, one. Okay, mate, cool. I think there was one movie in this franchise that I said, all right, that was at least a little better than everything the shit before it. Like, I like the first movie, I like the second one. Third one is where it starts declining, and then 4, 5, and then just hard down for the rest of them. So this is number 12. We got friggin' two more after this, and they're side movies. Like one is a standalone like offshoot and of Blade, one of the famous puppets, and then another one is Doctor Death. So basically, this is like the last actual like full Puppet Master movie. So, thank God. On TV, we never watch them. Yeah, they're not good, like at all. All right, everyone who's watching, are you guys ready? I'll do a countdown, and we will play on go. This is going to be interesting. I've had a few people tell me that this one is better, like one of the best ones in the franchise. So I'm hoping that's the case. I just want this this franchise done, like over with. That's like if I was gonna go to the Amityville house today. I went to the doctor earlier. I said, oh, maybe I'll drive over to Amityville real quick. But then I didn't think of like what the fuck to say, like and do a video of. I got to think of an idea for that and go over there and shoot the house a little bit. You ready, May? And Phil, whoever's watching. I don't like movies about like World War II and like war movies and stuff. So all the stuff throughout this franchise that has to do with Nazi Germany and all that does nothing for me. And that's like a big part of this whole story. So like that's one thing already from the start that I just do not care for. All right, May. Three, two, one, go. So this one supposedly, like I said, if I recall correctly, is like kind of a reboot remake. And I just realized I'm watching this like this. I can just fucking relax and chill on my fucking bed, comfortable. Look at that, so good. Yeah, of course. So we'll talk Puppet Master. Yeah, dude, that's exactly, Mike. You do one for Eleanor Rigby's grave. That's a good idea. Yeah, a lot of them are, Phil. Either flashbacks to World War II or during World War II. Just that does nothing for me. The whole Nazi thing. And they've done everything. Like there's like I said, there was like mummy zombies in one movie, and then like just the demons in another one. Just the weirdest shit, and just keep getting weirder and weirder. And yes, you can help. You can help her and me get through this movie. It's fucking hot. It's nice out the last few days. Though. How's it been weather-wise for you guys? This weird guy at the bar. What does he want? All right, that's not. All right, so like the whole story. Hey, Carrie. Thanks for stopping in. How are you? All right, so this guy's creepy. Oh, you have snow over there? Oh, it's terrible. I hate snow so much. I'm getting warmer. Yeah, the last few days it's been nice. So the story of Puppet Master In I guess the shortest way you could say it is this guy Andre Toulon who made these puppets and did puppet shows and stuff, and he had this ancient secret from Egypt or something like that, from Cairo, Egypt, and it allows him to make inanimate objects come to life. And he does that with his puppets, and they protect him. And it's kind of interesting, though, how depending on which movie, sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. Like sometimes they're on the good people's side and they try to help, and sometimes they're trying to kill people. Like it depends who like their leader is in the movie. That makes sense. One day a year by Mike. That yeah, I am jealous about that. Exactly, Carrie. I'm so jealous about that. Yes, indeed. Elsa, I want to say her name was. All right, we got girls making out. That's nice. Just gonna do Mike only for a few minutes. And these movies aren't too long either. There's some of them that are that 80 minutes long, and they even feel so long for that. Like so long. Yeah, that's her name, Phil Elsa. Oh shit. That's one thing through the whole series too, is that there's no good, not not much, but for the most part, the kills and stuff are not satisfying at all. Yeah, Carrie Jason Takes Manhattan is rough for sure. I don't know if this is worse because I have never seen it. This is a blind watch, so I have no clue how good or bad this is. I'm sure it's not good, and I probably can guess that Takes Manhattan is more fun. Nay, that's funny. A raccoon, he says it is. Yeah, it's a raccoon on his hind legs. No, yeah, this is a blind watch, Gary. They've all been blind watches since like Puppet Master 3, and this is the 12th one. So, yeah, they've all been blind, and they've all been mostly terrible. Title card Puppet Master, the Littlest Reich. All right. We have a little animated credits here. Yeah, Carrie, I'm pretty sure there are 12 of them, and then I have two more left, but they're like spin-offs. One is just about Blade, the famous puppet, the white one, and then the other one is Dr. Death. So I'm pretty sure, technically, then this is the last actual Puppet Master movie, and it's supposed to be like a reboot, kind of. Now, I love the score in Puppet Master, the main score. It doesn't sound good here. The arrangement they have for it, I don't like it. I like the original one, and I'm always pissed off when I watch a new one of these and they don't have that theme. I'm trying to look up how many there actually are during the credits here. These are very long credits. That's another thing with this franchise. A lot of just really slow credits and really terrible pacing. Oh, it doesn't end with these credits. All right, I got the wiki up. Yeah, so this is a reboot, The Littlest Reich. Then there's a spin-off film about Blade and a spin-off about one of the puppets from Retro Puppet Masters, Dr. Death. So that makes it three, one, two, three. This is the 13th, not the 12th. This is the unlucky 13. Then we just have from 2020, we have Blade, the Iron Cross, and 2022, last year, Puppet Master, Dr. Death. And then we're fucking done finally with this franchise. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Doing good. Just watching, suffering through another Puppet Master. I know this guy, the main character. I've seen him in some comedies and stuff. Can't think of who he is. His name. Thanks, man. Nice. So is Carrie. She's on work break too. Yeah, right, May. I can't think of where he's from, but I know I've seen him in some comedies, like small roles too. Hobbs, it's awesome that Mr. Bones reached 1,000 subs. That's great. So happy for him. And so we got this mean dude, and he's looking through boxes, and he found Blade. Yeah, definitely a complete reboot. Still, the puppet looks different. He looks cool though, displayed. Yeah, that's right. You're off work now. That's good that you got out early. Saying that all of us are on our way to 1,000 too. I'm almost at 500. I keep going up two and then down one or two, then up two, down one. Got like 15 to go for the big 500. So this guy works in a comic book store. Yeah, exactly. It really is. Yeah, what a dickhead. Yeah, this kid says it, jerk off. Kid is short a few cents. He's like, no, no. Yeah, carrying me. I'm just hanging in 480s. But in the end, who cares? I have an ad break, May, so just pause it. You will one day, May. Absolutely. All of us will. Just takes time and it varies on channels because the algorithm. Yep, that's awesome. And I know you did, Carrie. Thank you so much. You always do. You're a sweetheart. Yeah, that's why I just keep putting out content because I figure the more, despite the algorithms and how that all works, the more content that you have out there, the more it's going to be seen. Like it's just that's common sense. So I just keep putting good content out and having fun with it, and that's really all that matters. So Eddie Easton is our main guy, and he's meeting with some girl, Ashley, that they knew each other when they were younger. She looks a little familiar too. Yeah, I got to do some more shorts soon, Carrie, because shorts do get pretty decent views really fast. All right, so like I don't really care about all this, like this whole thing going on right here about his little relationship with her and what they're gonna bond and have a nice little love story and Puppet Master. Absolutely. If anyone, for some reason, isn't subbed to anyone else in here, absolutely, please just go over and throw a subscription. Well, you could talk about any movie, not shorts, and very long too. Yeah, Blade looks different, but I don't know. I like it. It's not a bad design. JT, I was serious about what I said in the comment last night. You put out all of your style, so you need. I can understand. Well, thank you so much, man. That really means a lot. That's the secondary reason why I do this, besides doing it for myself. It's just if I can make somebody happy or laugh or think or something just by watching a line for a day, then that's great. That's like the best bonus. And thanks, Hobbs, for stopping by, man. I'm glad you're doing well. We got to do a stream sometime. Like I think, besides like hopping on with you, we haven't done the stream together. Like we should do that sometime. We'll talk on. I'll message you on Instagram. Have a great rest of your day, man. And I'm just mic only right now, just because it's so fucking hot. And I had to turn my AC on, and I'm laying down a bit. So now they're trying to figure out where the puppet. Well, so thanks. I don't really know. I will teach you anything you need to know, man. Seriously, when you start making videos and stuff, anything that you need help with, I got you. Also, comic book nerdy talk, of course, man, anytime. Actually, is my sister's name, who I've been trying to get on the channel for almost a year now. Wow, it's been almost a year since I started the channel. The end of May, the very end of May. I think the 29th was when I posted my first two reviews. Ginger Snaps and Fade to Black from 1980. So damn, got a year celebration coming up soon. But I've been trying to get my sister on to. She loves American Psycho as one of her favorite horror movies. So I've been holding off on doing that movie and American Psycho too, which I actually kind of enjoy the second one. But she's crazy about American Psycho. So I said, all right, well, I'll save it for you. She's been on twice, like just like to say hey and stuff. But she said she'll try to get over and do that too. So that'll be fun. I love how this guy's listing all the music that he can't have on in the car. It's like no like grunge, no death metal, no black metal. It's funny. And the guy proceeds to put on some death metal. Oh yeah, when I put her on blast and just like that, get in here. You're gonna. I'm interviewing you for a few minutes. I forget what video that was in. So they're going and they're going to try to sell Blade the puppet at like some convention or something, comic book Comic Con. I really am upset that they don't have the main theme. That it didn't sound good the way they arranged it. Oh, you're going this year, May? That would be awesome. Oh, that'll be great. The Brass Buckle is the name of the hotel for the convention. The guy says he must be Markowitz. Why? Because I look like a Jew. Oh, but the pacing is so bad. Like just with all the previous ones. Like we're how long in here? 25 minutes in, and it's just nothing happened so far. There is a Toulon Mansion tour. Andre Toulon. So our main man Easton, he goes in the room with Ashley, and they start making out. They're getting hot and heavy. Yeah, that could be that could be right. I was never big into How I Met Your Mother, but I'm pretty sure you're right on that. Yep, that too. Yeah, exactly. I know. He's in a lot of stuff. I know, and like a lot of like comedies too. I've seen him in a lot of comedies, like with just small little roles. Nice house from the outside. A home of Andre Toulon. This doesn't even look like a comic convention. Like all the people here. Yeah, exactly. I've never seen him in the lead role. That's Barbara Crampton. Oh, that's great. That's great to see Barbara Crampton then. She's like one of my bucket list. If I can get her on the channel, I would flip to be able to talk to the goddess of 80s horror, goddess Barbara Crampton. And I've tried to. I've messaged her on Instagram, but she probably gets so many fucking messages. I gotta go through maybe her manager and get the contact info for that. So Barbara Crampton was getting like the history of Andre Toulon's life, and he was incarcerated 3 times. Then he moved to Germany, which is where he lived the rest of his life. See, why does this call his wife Madeline? It's Elsa, unless just because this is a remake, so they made it a different name. I guess that's it. Because her name is definitely Elsa, not Madeline in the franchise. But that was a nice surprise, Barbara Crampton. And she still looks good, Barbara Crampton. Like, how old is she? She's got to be pushing maybe her 60s, late 50s. Barbara Crampton. 64. Wow. That's not bad. She looks great. And this was what, 2018? So 5 years. So she's fucking 69 years old. Or no, no. She's 64. This was, what, 5 years or 59 in this? Yeah, the first two May are decent. Like they're still not movies I love and like ones that I would be like, oh, Puppet Master or Puppet Master 2, let's watch it. But they're fun. But then right after that, like 3 is tolerable, 4 is even a little tolerable, and then after that it just crashes, and then you're just in hell, and you just, how did I get here, and how do I get out? I got to just keep powering through the movies. But you don't need to see the originals for this movie since it's a remake. Demonology, the papyrus scrolls. This is a word of Gagula papyrus. Always makes me think of fish, the band. Eichmann. I gotta say, it's a good looking movie though. Nice cinematography, nice directing, nice editing. So there's this auction that all these pieces are going to be auctioned off. and that's the room she's showing now that Andre Toulon killed himself in. But they're saying that they shot him, so they're changing the story too. Interesting. So in this universe for the remake, they have a whole different backstory for Toulon. Okay, let me see. Phil, does this one take place in the hotel the first movie was in? Um, this is completely different now than like everything Barbara Crampton's saying. Like she's like the security guard or whatever for the Andre Toulon Museum, and she just said that this was the room that he died in, and they said that they shot him and killed him. In the original, he's in that motel or hotel, and he shoots himself. So they changed the whole backstory with them. And May, I just hit an ad, so ad break. You can pause it. I mean, we're gonna not be far apart anyway. And then I tell you the truth. If I watch the OG Evil Dead tonight, will I be scared? My husband works tonight. I was scared just listening to the review last night. Oh, you watched the Evil Dead ones? Thank you. Um, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine watching it. That's one thing about Evil Dead and Sam Raimi in general is that Sam Raimi has such a zany quality to him and his films that even though it can be creepy and scary, it still makes you laugh a bit just because of how over the top it is. Like that's a huge thing with Sam Raimi. Like he has such a distinct directing style that if I saw a movie that I never heard before and I watched it, I would know instantly if it was Sam Raimi or if it was someone really heavily trying to like be Sam Raimi and like he has such a distinct style. But like yeah, like the effects aren't amazing, the makeup effects and stuff like that, but they just fit with the movie. Like it's such a masterpiece. But Evil Dead 2 is even more so. That's my favorite in the series. It always goes back and forth, but 2 is the one I always land back on. I can't believe I've watched 13 of these fucking movies. Jesus. Oh, he's watching the Evil Dead remake. Nice. I might see and join him. I gotta talk to him. I love the remake so much. That's why I'm really praying Evil Dead Rise. It just delivers. It has to. Evil Dead is one of the few franchises in horror for me that is perfect. Like there's never been a bad entry. Like first is an absolute classic masterpiece. Evil Dead 2 is my favorite. Army of Darkness is fucking excellent. And at first, Evil Dead was amazing, and the Evil Dead remake was fucking brilliant. So it has to work. It has to be good. Otherwise, it's going to be such a disappointment. And I remember seeing the remake in theaters. That was a great theater experience. People were really getting grossed out with some of the gore. I loved the gore in that movie. It looks so good. The cheese grater scene. Oh, the cheese grater scene. Yeah, I love in the remake when the girl takes the electric knife, whatever, and she cuts her arm off, and then she's like, "It's all right, it's better," and it's just hanging there, and then it just falls off. That's great. That looks so good. Okay, so we got Torch is here, and Torch, of course, torches you to death. It's a good makeup effects on the burn, the people who were burned. The fire, CGI. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Oh, look, so we get some titties. Hey, those have been done over a few times. Let's see if I can do this. Type of lines. I bet you don't have any tan lines. That was weird. All right, so this girl's hella naked right now, and they are fucking their brains out. Her breasts are like fucking squished against the window. And yes, Torch has a torch for a hand. Oh, that Achilles tendon, that looked good, and that sucks. You get your Achilles cut, man, you can't walk again. All right, yeah, there's some good gore right here. Very good gore right there, I gotta say. That was a lot better than I expected. All right, so now what am I doing? Look at this pup. Oh shit! This puppet has like a helicopter like thing for a hand, and it just come. He flew in and just decapitates this guy, and his head falls in the toilet. That looked pretty awesome. All right, so 40 minutes in, not bad. Slow as shit, but the gore is great. The kills have been good so far, which is way, 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 way higher quality than any of the kills in this franchise, pretty much. Yeah, I know, right? Chucky used to freak me out when I was young. My sister, she's 3 years younger than me. When she was like four ish, so I was 7, 8. Me and my parents and her would go to Blockbuster like every Friday night, and we'd rent just horror movies. And my parents would rent whatever they wanted. But she was terrified of Chucky, and me, my mom, my dad used to take the VHS boxes for Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, and Child's Play 3. And they all have Chucky's face on it and stuff. And we used to run around Blockbuster putting the VHS tape in her face, trying to scare the shit out of her. And we did every single time. Wow, we were terrible to her. But she hated Chucky. She was so scared. She's a helicopter. Yep, he's a helicopter. Yep, exactly. That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, see, people love scaring the shit out of people with Chucky. People get he is definitely scary. I actually just watched finally the Doll 3. The if you guys have been seeing any of my videos on Rocky Soroya, the Indonesian filmmaker who does the Doll series on Netflix, awesome. The Doll 3. Like I was looking for it. It came out last year, but it didn't. I guess Netflix maybe is still waiting till I get distribution rights because they have everything else by him, and it's such a riff on Child's Play. Like the doll's name is Bobby. He's like, "We'll go Bobby, we'll go Bobby," because it's Indonesian, and he's fucking terrifying. This puppet, Bobby, but it looks just like Chucky. Like red hair. It doesn't look like Chucky, but same red-headed doll. Awesome movie though, just like every other Rocky Soraya film. I'm gonna be doing a watch party probably soon on Sabrina, the third film in the doll series. Yeah, no, for sure. You have to definitely watch them. They're on Netflix. I would watch the Doll 2 first. And that's also how I've done. I've been covering them. I did the Doll 2, and then I did a watch party for the Doll 2. It's like four or five of us, and then went to the third movie, Sabrina, because it's a direct sequel to the Doll 2. And then the Doll 3 is its own separate thing. The Doll 1 is its own separate thing mostly. Like, you don't really need to see the first one first to watch the second one. There's like a small link from the end of the first one to the, and they show it like a recap in the beginning. And what a fucking amazing opening sequence in the Doll 2. Like, amazing. Like, one of my favorite scenes in a horror film in the 2010s, like for sure. The opening, the Doll 2 from Rocky Soroya. Dolly Dearest is good. That's another good doll movie. Dolls by Stuart Gordon. That's another great doll movie. That actually the old guy in that movie in Dolls plays Andre Toulon in one or two of these Puppet Master movies. This guy. And that's awesome that Child's Play was your first horror movie. Mine, as you know, was Halloween at 6 years old on Halloween night. And then it was right after that, it was Friday the 13th, 1 through 8, Takes Manhattan. And I would watch those every time there was a Friday the 13th marathon, or then I saw the Halloween franchise, Nightmare on Elm Street, off to the races as a little 6 year old boy. Oh, really? The Robert the Doll movies, they're not that bad actually. I've seen three of them, I think.
I think there's four in total. They're not too bad. Like the ones I'm talking about, the doll series or Rocky Soroya, fucking next level, like amazing. But like they're all right, the Robert ones. And wow, the gore here is awesome with Blade. Okay, his neck is cut and his whole like his intestines are hanging out. That's fucking awesome. Gotta say the kills were great. Oh, and now he fucking stabs him right in the eye. Awesome. Yeah, definitely got to give it to the effects work in this movie and the kills. It's like the only good thing going for it. The Friday series definitely is fun to just like throw on as something in the background. Hey Pat, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Hope all is well with you. We are watching The Littlest Reich, Puppet Master, the 13th Puppet Master, which remember, Pat, we did on the Midnight Society, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. That was the last good one in the franchise for me. Like, absolutely the last one. This one is not that great, but at least the kills are very good. There's very good gore effects. So, like, they rewrote the story a little bit. Yeah, it's all right. But only two left, Pat. Two left. Um, there's a spin-off just about Blade, and then there's a spin-off about Doctor Death that came out last year. First one, Child's Play 3. Now I love the entire Child's Play franchise. It's another favorite franchise of mine. And like my favorite franchises in horror is Child's Play, Phantasm, um, Friday, Evil Dead, Saw. Those are all up there for sure. And Child's Play 3 though is my least favorite in the franchise. I still like it. It's just there's one of them has to be last place, and that's the one that it is. But Child's Play 2 is my favorite in the franchise, like 100%. And what is happening? Dude, this black chick is like laying in bed, and now like this puppet is ripping out of her stomach, and she's screaming, blood's coming out of her mouth. It's a great effects work. This is great. I'm very surprised. And then it turns around and then walks out of her. That's awesome. Great stuff. Great effects. Another ad break. My friend's house and the kids were watching, so I did. Has anyone ever heard of the movie Milo? Had to be from like the 2000s, maybe, or late 90s. It's about a kid, like a ghost kid, that's in like a yellow raincoat. I saw it. There was this girl I was in love with when I took martial arts. I took it with her brother, and she was there sometimes. And she was just, I was probably like 7, 8 years old. So it was like a major, like young crush. And my friend had a sleepover, and the two of us were like flirting a little bit. And we watched this movie, Milo. I saw it once, maybe after that. I got to go back and watch that movie. But I don't remember anything from it except for the kid, the ghost or whatever, in the yellow raincoat. I gotta look that up. But Child's Play, I gotta like everything Don Mancini's ever done is gold for me. Everything, and I love Bride of Chucky. I love Seed of Chucky. Like I know a lot of people who love the first three movies, and they either love Bride and they hate Seed, which I'll never understand because they're Yeah, yeah, Seed is a little more out there, but they're both on the same craziness level. And then it returns to like more serious ones with Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. I love Seed. My favorite scene is in Seed of Chucky, the whole franchise. When he embraces who he is and says, like, why be human anyway? Like, you get old, your dick doesn't work. And he says, just like, as a doll, I'm infamous. Like, I'm Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it. Like, all of that. Fantastic. It's my favorite in the series, that whole scene. But I gotta rewatch. I gotta watch the rest of the TV series because I loved the first season, and then the second season came out, and it was a little slow moving for me. The first like 4 episodes, and then fourth or fifth episode I watched, and I just was not into it, and I haven't seen the rest. So I gotta rewatch all of that because it'll be a shame if that let me down. That's another thing like Evil Dead that just never had a bad entry, except we have the remake, which I was play, which is terrible. But Don Mancini and Brad Dourif had nothing to do with that and didn't even want it made, so I ignore it. So you have a big crush on Tiffany? No doubt, I can see that. Jennifer Tilly has just such a distinct voice. Like you know it's Tilly every time you hear it. That's why when I watch Psycho 2 and her sister Megan Tilly's in it, they sound just like each other sometimes. Like with certain lines in Psycho 2, like Meg sounds just like her sister Jen. Hey Noel, how you doing, man? You doing good? Oh yeah, she does. She looks great though. For whatever age she is, she's gotta be same thing, maybe in her 60s, right? I see. I tried getting her like early on. I messaged her on Instagram, like number or something. Never got an answer. Same with Devin Sawa. She's probably 60, early 60s, I'd say. 64 years old. 64. Wow. Which scene, May? Because we might be a few minutes off because of the ads. All right, I'm gonna freeze for a second. My battery was getting low. But which scene, May? The one with the head in the toilet? I'm good to hear that you're doing good. No, we can talk a little later on Instagram. Change the title here. Puppet Master. Littlest Reich. This girl's hair. She looks so weird. Oh yeah, with the pregnant lady, right? Isn't that crazy, May? With the thing coming out of her chest, and oh, that was insane. Said you're Tiffany. I really like how Blade looks in this stuff. And I love how brutal they are. But we've only seen what, Blade and Torch and that helicopter one. We haven't seen what's his name? Pinhead with the small head and the big ass arms. We haven't seen Leech Woman. We haven't seen like everyone except for Blade mostly. Oh yeah, it's insane. I'm loving the gore in this. Oh shit! What the hell's going on there? Dude, the gore is amazing right here. I love this. Blades on the black girl's like shoulder and just slicing at her neck looks awesome. That is awesome. And then he's like ripping into this other guy's like chest or his back or something. Great, great gore effects. I'm very, very surprised. I just wish the story was better. Like there's like no story here. I don't care about any of these characters. And what even is the story? It's just they went to this convention and now the puppets are killing people. That's way too young. Oh yeah, the throat slit. Yeah, that's awesome. I hate these fucking type of people. Well, no questions until I'm done talking. I love Glenn and Glenda. I love Cedar Chucky. Like I said, that's the series. That and Evil Dead and Hatchet are all franchises that I did early on in my channel, and they just since it was so early on, they get no views and stuff. Like I wish that I did them a little later in my channel because I had a lot of fun doing those Hatchet and Evil Dead and Slumber Party Massacre. That's why May. Thanks again for watching the Evil Dead stuff because that's some of the content that I wish got more views since it's a lot older. Same with Child's Play. I did the whole franchise. Cops are there and they're shooting and nothing. Then you're a girl. Then you're Glenda. Wait a minute. He's my son. He's gonna be a boy. Well, that's a good thing to be, man. I'm digging the gore in this movie though, and the kills. Oh shit! Something just happened to her head. A lot of what Evil Dead are. Were my videos? I mean, well, you know how much that means to me. And then I had the thought when I was with my daughter, and I've thought this before, but like, the internet shit stays on there forever. So 30, 40 years from now, when I'm gone, my daughter can have hundreds of, if not thousands of hours of me talking about the horror and things I love. So that's an upside also. So what is this? This black guy has this kid. He's trying to get away to safety. And it was a nice surprise thing, but how that we have Barbara Crampton in here. It sounds insane. It's insane that a little lately. Fuck, double fuck. So now they're going to try to catch one of the puppets to see how they work, see how they are alive. So let's see how they figure this out. I'm guessing that since they rewrote Andre Toulon's whole story, I don't know if it's still ancient Egypt, like ancient Egyptian spell or whatever. I don't know. She has to correct him. Why would Toulon? It's Toulon. I love Barbara Crampton. Again, she's like a bucket list interview for me. I would kill to have just to talk with her. So they got to try to catch a puppet. He calls him Mr. Comic Book. Interesting. What's with all the Jewish shit? That's like the guy they keep like referencing how he's Jewish. Sending a message quick. Barbara Crampton, come, coming with heat, shooting that gun. Oh no, Barbara Crampton, man, she's injured. Someone help her. Hey, Echo, 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 Echo. How are you, Echo? So what? They're trying to figure out what with this puppet makes it work, makes it alive. Is that Barbara Crampton? No, it's that other girl. I gotta say, man, the gore is top notch in this movie. Like for a full moon picture and for a Puppet Master on the 13th installment, I can't complain with the kills. Now there's like a baby puppet thing that came out of somebody, and they shot the little baby thing. I don't know what it is or where it came from or anything like that. Echo, you feeling all right? Yeah, it's the CGI fire again. This meh. That's what I thought, man. Right? Yeah. Good to hear, man. Man, you've been getting sick uh, a lot recently, and I hope you're feeling better. I'm going to probably be doing a watch party for Rocky Soroya's 2018 third installment in the Doll series, Sabrina, which is on Netflix, sometime maybe this weekend. So if anyone wants to join and hop on the panel and watch along, and like we did with the Doll 2, just let me know. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. You putting like ice on it, or ice and hot, cold, and stuff like that. Alternate. Oh, it was what when it came bursting out of her chest and everything. 'Cause I saw that, and yeah, it was fucking brutal. I'm saying, the gore is very surprising in this movie. Very surprised. But like, would I watch this again? No, like, absolutely not. I would not watch it again. It's just, the gore and the good kills doesn't save it. There's no story here. It's just it's bland as shit. Like, I really It's so much better though than the last like 8, 9 entries. Like for sure, definitely better, a lot better. But still, it's still not something I'd watch again. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like out of her, out of her belly. Like she was like it just ripped out of her. That was some brutal stuff. That's a cool scene. Yep. Well, sending good vibes, Echo. These fucking Nazis. So, what is their grand plan here? The whole thing with him, Easton, the main character, and Ashley, the girl, feels so forced. Like just having a relationship there just to have it. You said you've seen the crazy movies with us. You haven't seen anything yet, May. We're, I'm going to take you on a horror journey for a long while to come. There's definitely much more crazy, bizarre shit that you have not seen yet. Yeah, Train to Busan is another movie I got to rewatch too. I saw it when it came out, and I thought it was really interesting how the zombies work and everything. But then I don't know, it just didn't like hit hard for me or hit very highly. It was decent, but I want to watch it again. Came across a movie called Night of the Killer Bears. It is about people who dress up as teddy bears and go around killing people. It is in streams steadily. Now, damn, that sounds interesting. Where'd you hear about it? Just online? Yeah, no, it does sound fun. You said I won't wear it right now. Sounds interesting. Like I said, I'd like to see it. So it is April 18th, So I got spring cleaning still going on. I have to do. That's probably the next movie I will be doing later tonight. Is Wes Craven's New Nightmare finally to close out that series. And I just put out the podcast episode for Rob Zombie's Halloween. I got to do Halloween, his H2, and maybe 2018 and Kills. I mean, I really don't feel like going back to those. And Ends I've talked enough about on the channel and on Mike's channel, so I'm not doing Ends. And we have Phantasm, the rest of the series 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I think that's mostly it. A few Argento films that I didn't cover yet, including his new movie Dark Glasses that I put off watching until I do the other movies that I didn't cover for him. So that'll be an exciting watch to see his new one because I've heard good things about it. Nothing fantastic, but like his glory days, but his return to Giallo. Yeah, the dream you went to Walmart. Maybe something's telling you you should go to Walmart. Maybe there's like the perfect movie in the bargain bin, and it wants you to. It's drawing you there. The fuck is this crazy puppet thing here? Because this main character, Easton, is just beating the shit out of this thing. What other give me other franchises, guys, that you'd like to see videos of and discussions for. Other franchises or other movies, just random picks. Start rattling some off that you'd like to hear me talk about and dissect. Because I'll start going by that little list. I have a theme for next month. So back to themes, which I will reveal closer to the end of the month what it is. And it is the month of You, May. Which is a movie I have to do. May. If you haven't, have you ever seen May? May? As in May, have you ever seen the film May? No, I'm sorry to hear, man. I'm glad you're doing a little better though. Yeah, you know me, I'm the same way with sleeping. Terrible. Total insomniac. Yeah. The one with the little demon guy. What trilogy? Which trilogy? Oh, Trilogy of Terror. Yeah, that's one I've been wanting to do for a while with Karen Black. Most people just remember and love the Zuni doll, the Zuni fetish doll. No one really talks about and remembers the first two segments, right? And they're all right. They're not great, and that's why everyone remembers just the Zuni fetish doll. But man, the way that they filmed and made it look like he's chasing her and everything, so great. Like, I'll definitely throw that on the list for sure. Oh yeah. Oh wait, I didn't. No, I didn't do a video on May yet. Oh, I know. Maybe in that video when I counted down the 50 best horror movies you've ever seen documentary thing, May is on that list. I probably called you out there. All right, so Trilogy of Terror. Keep on listening. There's some that I know I want to do. From Beyond by Stuart Gordon and Dolls by Stuart Gordon, just to get a little more Stuart Gordon out. I want to start getting into Cronenberg and start doing Cronenberg stuff. Showgirls. All right, I can dig that. I can do the Showgirls down the line. I can do that. Interesting pick. I wanted to do some other David Lynch film, which is so hard that my video on Eraserhead was still is still to this day the hardest video I ever did. Like just to talk about that movie. Like David Lynch is one of my favorite directors of all time. I've said this so many times on the channel. And not AFL, I don't care. I know you're joking, but it's a good idea. I Showgirls can be fun. But yeah, that's definitely an option. Yeah, I got to do Cronenberg. I got to do. I want to do Midsommar by Ari Aster because I recently did Hereditary, so it'd be good to do Midsommar also because I think he has a new movie coming out this year. Yeah, I know what you mean, Phil. The Omen franchise I have planned for June, so that'll be definitely a fun rewatch for the whole series. I love the Omen. I love the first three. The fourth one is, nah, but the first three are great. Especially three is amazing too. Sam Neill. Sam Neill is fantastic in everything. All right, let's go. Start giving more movies. Keep listing movies. I'm gonna take your guys' picks, movies or franchises. So I said Stuart Gordon, David Cronenberg. I wanted to do at least The Brood, the Fly remake. Um, well, why can't I think Scanners? Why couldn't I think of Scanners? Scanners for sure. Um, few more Cronenberg were there. That'll be fun. I have to finish. I did The Conjuring 1 and 2, so I should do The Conjuring 3. The Devil Made Me Do It, and I guess go through the Annabelle, do the whole Conjuring universe, the Annabelle 3 movies, and the Nun. Oh God, that was so bad. I can't believe we're getting a Nun 2, and go through the yeah that whole little Curse of La Llorona, and do all of the Conjuring universe. It's just fine. I'm kidding. What I'm saying, hurry up, but hurry up. Give me more. 'Cause I'm pretty much. I think I've covered most of the like really big franchises. Nightmare on Elm Street will be done after New Nightmare later. Halloween is almost done. Friday I've done. Child's Play I've done. Evil Dead. Saw. I can't think of many other like big franchises that are like like classics in the horror genre. Psycho I have to finish. I got to do Psycho 3 and 4. Which doing that my Psycho and Psycho 2 videos, that was a lot of fun. Like rewatching those for the first time in a while. And they actually just added Psycho the original to Netflix. So if you guys are up to if you guys want to watch Psycho at some time, you can watch it on Netflix. Do you mean the dentist, Phil? With the dentist who goes crazy? That starts. That's what I got to do more. Brian does now also. Oh, with the Twin Doctors. Oh, I know what you mean. But why can't I think of it? I gotta look it up now. Oh, Dead Ringers. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a Cronenberg I haven't seen in a long while. Hey, Mr. Dan, what's going on? Good to see you, though. How you been? And yeah, so that's the end of Puppet Master. I don't even know what happened at the end there. They're just not good. The only thing here that was good was the gore, and the kills were pretty fucking good throughout most of this. But I'd never watched it again. Never. It's not something I'd ever put on again. Same with the whole franchise, pretty much after like the third movie. So this one, I don't know. What did you think, May? I know you said that scene was one of the craziest scenes you've ever seen. Seen. Yeah, the kills are brutal for sure. I was not expecting that, so that was a nice surprise. Barbara Crampton was a nice surprise also. Um, I mean, it's great seeing her in anything for any reason, and yeah, like that's really it. The story was just like totally blah. The script is just like whatever for this movie. Like they what they went to a convention to try to sell the Blade, the puppet, and the puppets just start killing everybody. That was it basically. That's the story. Um, but I watched the old ones. You like the original first two Puppet Masters or first few? Yeah, I do a watch party from like those two. Those ones I can watch. Like again, I don't love them, but I like them. I like the first two Puppet Masters. Three even three is not bad. But after that, yeah, it's just a total terrible. Like, oh, but this was definitely great with the gore. So, any old school horror I need to watch? Please tell me you've seen The Thing, my favorite film of all time. Oh, that's what I got to do. Maybe I might do this later also with after a new nightmare. They just put The Thing, the prequel from 2011, on Netflix. So that is something I definitely want to do. Wow, what? Are you serious? You've never seen The Thing, May? We're I'm doing the stream like fucking tonight or tomorrow or something. We're watching The Thing. My favorite film of all time, not just horror film. The Thing. Nothing tops it. It's the best. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere though. I own it because I think no one with there's no film that has had better practical effects done since The Thing. Like anyone who says practical effects, like best horror effects work, The Thing. Like there are some that come close. I mean, Day of the Dead, Savini's magnum opus of effects work, in my opinion, is fantastic. The Blob remake from '88 is another one with very underrated, and not talked about a lot. But the effects in that, fantastic. Also, the Maniac remake, awesome stuff. I have heard of Copycat, Phil. I don't know if I've seen it. I know I've heard of it. There are two things I looked at because but I only seen it. No, yeah, there's three things actually. There is the original movie, The Thing from Another World, and that was from what 58. or something. I think it was, and then John Carpenter's version from '82 is the remake. Is I don't even like calling it a remake, even though it is. It's just so much its own thing that it's John Carpenter's The Thing. Like that's what it is. And then they have a prequel with Mary Elizabeth Winstead in from 2011 that they just put on Netflix. Is a prequel. Yeah, Dan, it's my favorite film ever. As my favorite scene in a movie ever, with the whole defibrillator scene. I think the effects work in that is absolutely like unreal, unreal. How Rob Bottin did all the effects work for the thing, and he was doing like 12 to 18 hour days sometimes, like 7 days a week. He had to get treated for exhaustion multiple times, like throughout the working on that film, and he was only 22 years old, 23 years old. That's insane. Like I look at that every time I see that movie, which I rewatch the thing maybe a few times a year. I'm in awe at the effects work every single time, and it still stands like true today. Like nothing has beaten it for me. Like the effects are just unreal, man. Like Rob Bottin is an absolute genius. I'd love to have him on the channel to talk to him. I wonder what he's doing nowadays. Yeah, thing one and thing two. It's funny though, because then the Carpenters is the thing, and then it's just the thing also for 2011 for the prequel. Wait until dark with Audrey Hepburn. I don't. Have I seen that? I feel like I might have. Hold on, let me see. Let me look that up. Because I know with Audrey Hepburn, that sounds familiar. Let me see. 1967. I think I have seen this. So she's blind. Yeah, I've seen this, but I do not remember it at all. That would be a fun one to basically blind watch. Yeah, we're doing it like ASAP, May. If you're free in a few hours, I'll even do it then. But if not tomorrow, we'll do. How about tomorrow? We'll do it tomorrow. The Thing. Watch along. I actually did that because I watch it every year. I watch it on October 30th, and then I watch Halloween on the 31st. And I did a watch party with me and Mike from the Real Fit Beetle, and I had the volume not turned down all the way. It was like my second live stream I ever did, and I didn't want to get copyright issues and stuff, so I deleted it. I'm pissed that I did because that was a lot of fun. But the Halloween one is still up. The watch party that we did, it was me, Pat, and the Cheetah, and Mike from the Real Fit Beetle. That was a lot of fun too. Yeah. Oh yeah, with Alan Arkin. Yeah, yeah, I've seen that. Then I just don't remember it. I gotta see that again for sure. I'm trying to think of like keep naming some franchises, like some series. I'm trying to think of which series I haven't really touched yet. I definitely got to do a whole thing on John Carpenter, like just kind of like what I did for Dario Argento, where I went from Dario's debut with Bird with Crystal Plumage and went straight through all the way to Opera, which I think, in my opinion, is his last excellent film. And then I'm gonna do a few more of his. So I want to do like the same thing with John Carpenter. I'm gonna be doing the same thing with David Lynch, which Eraserhead, like I said, was such a hard video to do. and to talk and dissect and interpret Eraserhead. That was hard. But Mulholland Drive or Blue Velvet, like, or Inland Empire. Oh my God, man! How you talk about that movie and Twin Peaks somehow. I'm gonna be doing all of those. Got to do all of John Carpenter. Probably do the same with. Well, I've been doing the same with Fulci, Bava. So, and me and Goraphobe and Sean at Sean Blue Digital have been thinking of doing a weekly watch party of a random Italian horror film every time, every week. So that way, because me, Goraphobe, and Sean are like real big into Italian horror. Like out of like our whole little community, I feel like we're like the core like Italian horror people, and so we want to do that just to get other people maybe if they're not into Italian horror, we can get them into it after watching a few times with us or something like that, and then we can also expand our knowledge of it and stuff by diving into directors and stuff that we're not too familiar with. Like I know a few Umberto Lenzi movies. I'm not big into his whole filmography, so we can start watching random movies like that. So that's going to be fun. We got to figure out when to do it. Tomorrow's good in. All right, so I'll figure something out for the afternoon maybe. Um, I watched the Duckling movie with them. Oh, Don't Torture a Duckling by Fulci. That's a movie that I still have to. It still has to click for me. Like I've seen it twice or three times, and it just hasn't clicked. But sometimes that happens with Fulci or with Italian horror in general. It'll take a few watches. So I'm like, when I cover it, that's when I'll have my thoughts on it. I have, Dan. I've seen it once, and I honestly don't remember it that much. I just remember like I don't really care for like non-horror Fulci much, but he's a great director, and like that's one thing that like I feel like he's still not taken too seriously as a director. He's talked about, he's still just talked about as like like the B movie Italian horror director, but he was more than that, like so much more than that. Like he's an absolute great director, and he should be regarded as that, not just the splatter grandfather of gore and stuff. Like Fulci is just amazing. But Bava is the only one that his career never never altered. Like we have Fulci went downhill in the late '80s, early '90s. We know Argento went real downhill after Opera or Two Evil Eyes, Trauma, Era, whatever you want to say there. But Bava, he never really made a bad movie. Like I don't think I haven't seen every Bava movie, but I've seen a decent handful of them, and never a bad movie. Like he has always been consistent. Mario Bava is like I consider him like the Italian Alfred Hitchcock, and like seeing how influential Psycho was with Hitchcock in 1960. Same thing with Mario Bava's Black Sunday. I feel like horror would not be what it is today if it wasn't for Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho and same time Mario Bava's Black Sunday, because that is just a masterpiece also. God, I love Bava. Now I'm in a Bava mood because I have to be in a specific mood, like for Bava, for some reason. Fulci, for certain movies of his, I have to be in the mood too. More of his giallos, I can pretty much watch like the Gates of Hell trilogy and Zombie and all that anytime. And Argento, I can watch whenever. Like I just love Argento. But I definitely got to go through John Carpenter's. I mean, so much. I mean, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China, which I fucking love that movie. In the Mouth of Madness, Prince of Darkness, The Fog, Assault on Precinct 13. It goes on, and they live. Like I got to go through all Carpenter and do like a whole director's like a deep dive on him for sure. But I want to keep hearing, start naming more franchises. I'm trying to. Wrong Turn. That's one that I thought of. Wrong Turn is what, 6 movies? I think 6 movies and a remake. What else? The Omen, 4 movies. I said I have planned for June, so those will be fun to go through. I'm going through Tubi real quick, seeing any ideas. Brian Yuzna, I got to do a lot of his. May, Wrong Turn is a franchise indeed. It has 6 movies and a remake. And yeah, Dan, I don't think the only one who rivals it for me is Argento. But rivals Carpenter. Like, I think Argento has the most excellent films that are either near masterpieces or masterpieces to me in succession. Like, he has Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Cat o' Nine Tails, Four Flies on Grey Velvet. Those are all great right there. Like, not masterpieces, but great to excellent movies. Then you have Deep Red. So that's what, 5 or 4 movies? You have Deep Red. Then you have Suspiria. Then you have Inferno. Then you have Tenebrae. Then you have Phenomena. Then you have Opera. That's fucking 9 movies in a row that are excellent or masterpieces. I don't think I can think of another director who has that track record. Like, that's absolutely amazing. How many X should they have? What do you mean, Phil? How many X should they have? Yeah, the first one is good too. Oh, you saw Phantasm? Awesome, because I got to do Phantasm 2 through 5, which I love Phantasm also. That would have been another series. That would have been a perfect series for me if the fifth one, Ravager, wasn't the way it is. It's not good, but the rest of them are fantastic. I want to see here. Let me see. Back to my slasher roots, as I am a slasher fan first and foremost. Slumber, not Slumber, Sorority House Massacre trilogy. I got to do that. That is an awesome trilogy. So much fun. Orville Ketchum, awesome villain. I could finish the Insidious franchise. Oh no, Phil, that's right. It's funny. That's another one, Insidious. I did the first Insidious, like the below 10th video, first videos in my channel, real early on, and never went back to do the rest. So maybe I'll do the rest of the Insidious movie. Especially we got Insidious 5 coming up soon. I think. I think I heard that right. We got the fifth one coming. American Werewolf in London. That's a great one. I'm trying to think more like a series. Um, oh, just a plug for a friend of mine who's a director. I met him through this. On Tubi, there's a movie called Chest. It's if you like found footage, and it's low budget. It's an amateur, first film. It's his directorial debut, and so but he wrote the film very, very well to his budget, and I love the movie. So it's called Chest on Tubi. If you like movies about like mysteries and like urban legends and myths and how they formed, and like how like people embellish as it goes along, and they add their own details, or they omit details from it, and kind of like Telephone, how it always changes. If you like movies like that and urban legends and stuff, watch Chest. Like it's a great, great movie, and I became very good friends with the director after he ended. We talked last year on Reddit. He ended up giving me. We were talking. He said I finished my first movie. It's found footage. I said I like found footage. I have a horror channel I just recently started, and he ended up giving me a screener. I watched it, and I really, really liked it. And then I've been promoting that movie since. I absolutely love it. So, if you guys like found footage, or just like movies, like I said, like with that type of like mysteries and urban legends and how they form and how they're created, definitely check out Chest. Let's see here. Probably Bad Moon. That's a good one. They're both good, but Bad Moon is good. I gotta watch that again. And yeah, Dan, yeah, there's five. There's a fifth one coming out. Oh, okay, yeah. And they said trailer comes out tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's for Insidious. You mean it's called Insidious: The Red Door, May? That's cool. I don't remember the sequels really, so that'll be a fun series to go back down. Maybe I'll do those like this week or so because we have the trailer dropping and stuff. That sounds like a good time to do it. Witchmaster, I did all those. I love Witchmaster. Hellraiser will probably be the next really long series for me, like Puppet Master's been, because I'm not a Hellraiser fan. I like it's kind of the same as Puppet Master. I like the first movie and the second movie very much, but they're not favorites or things that I would throw on often. Never seen past the second or third movie. So going through that whole franchise, that will be definitely interesting. So that's one on the back burner. The Hills Have Eyes. I want to do eventually. I want to go through all this Craven stuff also because I'm not a big Wes Craven fan. Like I like deep into his filmography. Like I love Nightmare on Elm Street and all the stuff he's done with that. I like Last House on the Left and Hills Have Eyes, obviously, and Swamp Thing. There's a handful of them. Scream, you guys know how I feel about Scream, so that all gets taken away. But so I was never a big deep into Craven, so maybe and eventually I'll do a little Craven dive. Motel Hell, that's a movie I gotta do soon. I love Motel Hell. Such a fun movie. Reanimator I did, so I got to do Bride Reanimator, which brings me back to Brian Yuzna, which fucking loves Brian Yuzna. The Dentist 2, Bride Reanimator, Society. I got to do fucking Society. That'll be a great rewatch. All these awesome stuff. I'll have a video out on The Entity, the movie from what was it, 81 or 82 or something. I just rewatched it for the first time in a long time when I was upstate with my daughter one night after she fell asleep. I was watching The Entity. That's a fucking creepy movie, man. Like a great movie. I really enjoyed it again on this rewatch, and it was pretty much like a blind watch because it's been so long since I've seen it. But the effects to make it look like her breasts are being touched by the ghost or the poltergeist. That's so cool. You saw a lot of that type of pumping effects, like in that same few year mark. The Beast Within they use practical effects like that. I forget what it's called. It's like bubbling, but there's a term to it. Oh, I know, May, and I appreciate that so much. The same, Phil. Yeah, we would definitely. I'm gonna come over there. I'll see if maybe I'll hop on the panel with him. And let me see if maybe there's one other franchise I can think of, and probably end this and do Wes Craven's New Nightmare. The Fun House by Toby Hooper. That's another great movie I gotta rewatch. The Void is a great one. I think the lesson here is there is a lot of fucking movies out there. And that just means there is a lot of time, and this channel is going to go on for many, many years talking about all of them. So thanks, guys, so much for joining. And like always, May, for watching and watching along. Hope you enjoyed it a little bit, even though you had another crazy, brutal scene. We keep torturing you with these brutal movies, man. And yes, you do need to watch all the Nightmares, except you don't have to watch all of them. You can watch 1 through 3 and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Like, that's all you really need. But watch them all. I mean, they're fun. But for me, after the third one, not not good until Wes Craven. Of course, May, anytime. You know, I love you guys. I love doing this. So, yeah, I have. So, what did I do today? I will have the Halloween podcast of Rob Zombie. That's up. Um, I did a video for After Hours, which if you guys have not seen After Hours, fucking click off right now and go buy or rent it. Like Martin Scorsese's After Hours from '85. Such a criminally underrated movie. It's in like my top 5 movies of all time. It's like a family favorite my whole life. So funny. Griffin Dunn from American Werewolf in London, who plays Jack, the guy who gets killed by the werewolf. Um, he's in it. He's the lead. Absolutely excellent performance. He was nominated for Best Performance, but he didn't win. That's a shame. Rosanna Arquette, Cheech and Chong show up in it a little bit. It is such a masterpiece of a dark comedy movie. So if you haven't seen After Hours, watch After Hours. And and then I put out a video for Sabrina for the third doll movie by Rocky Soroya. So that's all up, and I will probably have Wes Craven's New Nightmare and one other thing up later tonight. So thank you guys so much again. Love you all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care, guys. Now is that awkward second or two when you end the broadcast, but you don't know when it ends.